Okay. Let me know what's good. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody. We haven't been live in a minute, so this is dope. We got P and KG.
East to the west.
East to the west. You know, yo, I gotta say salute to you too, KG. You know, I know it feels good to have representing the West and have all the West guys really putting on and taking over and doing what they do, and I gotta feel good.
I'm proud of these niggas, man. From Nitty to Gotti. Once Jay get his shit straight, him, Emerson, you know what I'm saying? Like it's beautiful to see what we built up and how these niggas is how they responded to it, man. We got a slew of niggas that you know, with this Crucible thing, I think we got a lot more niggas that's gonna really get some light. So I'm looking forward to this next wave of niggas.
Definitely. And P, I gotta also salute you, man. Ever since, you know, I seen you get in tune with URL and what you doing, man. I gotta say, I know it's not just you, and I know you got a team, but you know, you being, I guess, one of the leaders of your team, man, you've been helping to create a lot of new, innovative things for the culture. So, and putting on dope people that's bringing in dope things to the culture. So I gotta salute you for that too. In the past few years that you've been here, really putting that pain in.
Nah, that's man. I appreciate it, man. But like, you know, I'm always gonna, you know, big up my team because I know like people might see my face a lot, man. But trust me, there's a lot of people that's behind me to help me make the shit that happen that I do make happen. And then even before that, you know, I'm not even here to be able to do none of this stuff that you're talking about if Norbs doesn't give me my opportunity. So
that's dope.
Save here. Salute to Norbs. Yeah.
And I gotta say, starting with this now, man. Two things that URL just dropped, man. From the tournament to the Crucible. I want to go right into the Crucible. I saw, you know, you up there on Champion, chopping up with Debo and Jay Black. And when I watched that episode, I thought that was probably one of the most creative, dopest ideas I've heard in a long time pertaining to battle rap. Like, just the whole setup, the concept of it was just like super dope, man. What was the mindset, I guess, in the creating this and just, you know, having the balls to just go like, you know what, we're going to do something different and really change the game with this right here?
Well, I know I had this idea for a long time. Me and Norbs talked about it a long time ago, you know, never really made it happen. Then at one point, me, Norbs, and KT jumped on the line. We talked about it. It didn't quite happen. Then, I don't know, I just kind of was like, you know what? Like, we're going to just push the envelope and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got with KT, Beasley, a bunch of the people that helped, you know, me and KG, you know, started, you know, putting ideas together. Brad, Bills, a bunch of people, and we just kind of put it together and made it happen, came up with the concept.
That's dope. And, you know, I got to say, too, a lot of people might think that, you know, you got rid of the PG. I don't know if it's because of, you know, what happened with Norbs and Twerk or whatever, but a lot of people are just assuming that you guys just got rid of the PG or something with Norbs. But for you saying that you, Norbs, and KG been planning on this for a long time, kind of shows that you guys it's been a collective thing and revamping this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the graphics and everything that you saw for the Crucible, like, you know, all that stuff was done way before that incident with Norbs happened. Like, this was something that was been in the plans. Like, that incident had no bearing on this at all.
Yeah, it's important to know that before that whole Twerk situation happened, me and Norbs was actually working on this Only the Strong series, the Judge series, which really is that judging format was really meant to coincide with the end game of this Crucible shit, because that's going to be judged. So, you know, we was trying to get people ingratiated in the whole judging process. So by the time we got to that end game, you know, it wasn't like no wonder of how that shit was going to work. So he wasn't really like leaning on no PGs neither. He had his Born Legacy shit. He was really starting to focus on this Only the Strong. So the PG shit, it was starting to run its course regardless. So this is just the next level to it.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. I also gotta say, I was gonna also say, as far as the Crucible, it's a lot of dope different things that I see you guys doing. And you guys are bringing in people to, you know, choose talent and everything like that. If you could, man, just kind of break down what the process is one more time, just for like the people that who it may have not reached, and just kind of explaining what is the Crucible, how do you get into it, how do you become a part of it?
Okay, well, first things first, like what is the Crucible? It's two things. It's a scouting process for us to find new talent. Number two, it's a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So it's serving two purposes at the same time. So like the PGs was just a way to find new talent, and that was pretty much it. This right here is going to be original content for the app that's going to be produced just like a TV show headed up by JB. What my plan is, maybe tomorrow or something, I have JB and Rob, and maybe I can get Twiz to come on and they can talk to you about what the production of this is going to look like. Because me and KG kind of handle the logistics behind the scenes of it, but as far as what the presentation is going to be, that's JB, Rob, and Twiz. But I let KG talk, about like how do you get in it and all that stuff.
I mean, we started off with 10 scouts, but because we added on a Midwest scout, we thought it was essential. Shout out to O from Street Status. That's our 11th scout. But basically how it goes, we got 6 different cities we're going to be touching. New York is going to be first. As long as this corona shit get cleared up, we're looking at April 18th. But no matter what, New York is going to be the first location. And each location, the scouts are going to have the ability to choose 2 up-and-coming guys in that region. So for like New York, we talking about as south as VA all the way up, shit, whatever. And then as far west as Pennsylvania. So yeah, you just choose 2 guys out of that area. Either guys who've never been on the platform, PG guys, or maybe like a one-off guy who's never been on like a major card. Maybe if it was like a PG card and you was like a one-off, which a lot of niggas still look at them sometimes as PGs because they haven't made it to like a major card. Okay. So anything under that window, I mean, they had the ability to choose 2 out of those guys in that region. Really, my responsibility is to make sure that these guys are doing it with integrity, choosing the right guys, not jumping, reaching, trying to get like a twerk for some shit like this. And also making sure that they are on point in terms of, scouting the right way, like not taking money, for a slot. But yeah, I mean, that's really the process. So as a new dude, once the website is up and running, if y'all want to be seen, maybe you don't know who these scouts are, submit your information, get the scouts the opportunity to kind of check out your work. But past that, they're going to choose who they think is the best up-and-coming guy in that area. That's simple. So
when they come down to New York, how many artists will have the opportunity to I guess, showcase their skills when you get to New York?
It's every same amount. Because no matter where we go, each scout picks 2 people. There's 11 scouts, so everywhere we go, it'll be 22 people.
Damn, so 22 people is going to be trying out in New York on April 18th.
Yep.
How many are going to be able to, how many do you guys choose from out of, super talent? Imagine, what if 10 guys are super nice, where you're like, yo, I like all 10 guys?
As few as 4, as many as 6.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
If somebody is just that crazy, you know what I'm saying? What I know for myself, I want to keep. What's important to me is to keep the integrity of this entire process.
Okay.
Like myself and KG, even though KG's been running what's been going on the West for years, I've been helping Norbs do a lot of stuff over here on the East side of it for years. Neither one of us have picks. We're not going to be submitting anybody. You know what I'm saying? So this is us kind of taking our hands off the wheel. I can't speak for KG, but I know for myself. I mean, for me, I never really was scouting in the first place. What I was doing was listening. Troy Martin comes to me and says, "Hey, I got a guy." Bill, he has a guy. And then I would look at him, and then I say, "You know what? You're right," and we give him an opportunity. When that happens, that's not me scouting and finding. That's just me taking someone else's advice. So when we came up with this process, this concept or whatever, I said, you know what? Why not put the power in the hands of the people that's kind of been doing the work all along? You know what I'm saying? So we gave that power to the scout. So like I said, each city, each region, each scout is going to be able to pick 2 people to recommend to the process. and that's gonna be what it is. Now, if Smack, Beasley, Chico, they want to step in, and it's like, hey, now we feel y'all miss one. I mean, they the bosses. I mean, what can you say?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But me personally, I don't plan to step in and intervene in the process. I want to keep it as honest as it actually is, because you do it one time, then why didn't I do it the next time? You know, so I'd rather just keep it just a straight line down the middle.
So just in case, right? I just want to be able to look at, as far as opportunity. Say if I'm one of the guys in New York that I feel like, I should have got picked, but I didn't get picked because I get in the best and maybe I got overlooked. Would I be able to go to another one of the cities and try out, or would I have to wait till the next season to try out?
Next season.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn. Man.
And it's important to know that it's always going to be a nigga who felt like they got slighted. That's how this PG process go right now. Yeah. I mean, the niggas feel like that right now, that niggas do 100 PGs and like, yo, these niggas sleeping on me. That's really just part of the process, man. I just look at it like, if we just keeping it 100 all the way through, I mean, first off, if you don't get selected out of them 22 niggas in terms of that region, there's something missing anyway that you need to hit the drawing board for. And I almost feel like if you can't make it out of that 6 out of them 22, like we looking for stars. We're not looking for good rappers. Like we're not looking for guys who can just rap. We looking for the niggas that if we put you on a stage with 1,500 people, like, are you going to be able to respond? You know what I'm saying? And everybody would like to think that they can do that, but it's just not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Me. I'm a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? But I knew going into this shit that the main stage was never really something that I'll probably never really achieve because of my personality. I'm not a people person. Like I help people, but I'm not a want to be in front of the camera type of motherfucker. And that's just how I move. You know what I'm saying? I'm realistic with myself to know that stage was never for me, but I always knew that it was something for Nick. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew he knew how to adapt to that type of platform. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just about people being honest with themselves, man. Some niggas is good for that one-off platform. Like they are. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that other tournament that P gonna talk about later is all about. It's for some of those guys who maybe ain't ready for that main stage, but still got the ability. You know what I'm saying? So, 6 people out of a region, man, that's a reach as is, because not all these niggas out of each region, out of those 6 people, is not built for the main stage. If we just keeping it tall. But, it's that progression, and at the end of the day, you just got to be realistic with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And listen to what the judge is telling you on what you can do to make sure you get to that next step.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
That's dope. That's some of the realest shit I ever heard. I say all the time. I talk to some of the guys I'm cool with. Most of them are the scouts, and I say all the time that a lot of battle rappers' bad is themselves not accepting. I mean, think about it like sports. What if Robert Horry said that he wouldn't play for the Lakers or for the Rockets because he couldn't be the number one option on the team? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he went to a team that won 20 games every year. But maybe he was the leading scorer at like 19 points a game, but he never even made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't want to play a role. Everybody's not going to be Summer Madness material. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when you watch wrestling, everybody's not going to be Hulk Hogan. Somebody has to wrestle on Monday Night Raw and be, you can be the star on Monday Night Raw, but you might be the guy that, gives The Rock his warm-up match so he can go to SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? There's all different types of roles to play. And another thing is, I feel like battle rappers, if they would embrace their skill sets, they could turn those things into something bigger than what they think. For instance, back in the day, Mike Tyson was the heavyweight champion of the world. Muhammad Ali was the heavyweight champion. For the longest time, the most prestigious title in boxing the whole was the heavyweight title, right? Like now, I mean, who's the guy who just beat Wilder?
Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
You know what I'm saying? Who's a bigger boxer, him or Mayweather?
Mayweather.
Of course, it's Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? But Mayweather's
like, come on.
You know what I'm saying? So you'll take a guy. Let's take a guy like I'm gonna use JC. I'm not saying JC can't battle on the main stage, but I'm just gonna use him because his skill set is terrifying in a small room, right? he could be what Mayweather is to boxing. He could be that to battle rap if guys like him embraced the small room and said, you know what, y'all can have that heavyweight shit. This is where it's really going on over here. You know what I'm saying? If people would embrace that, but a lot of times people are trying to fight outside their weight class. You know, imagine if Mayweather tried to get in there with Tyson Fury, like, it's going to be a long night for him. You know? I want to get you off topic.
Now, the next question I had, as far as, just, kind of focusing on that first episode, how do how do I get in the vision of the recruiters? How do I make my noise to, if I know I'm one of them dudes in New York or Philly or PA or Connecticut or whatever, and I want to basically let them know, like, you know what, this is the opportunity for me to really showcase my skills. How do I get seen by the recruiters? Like, what am I supposed to do as a battler or a rapper to get the opportunity to be one of those 22 slots? Because I'm sure there's 1,000 people across from those slots that's going to try to get in.
Tap in. Shit. Don't wait. A lot of these niggas is Hollywood, man, before they even made it to LA. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be Hollywood and ain't even been to California yet. You know what I'm saying? Like get your name out there, man. Hit the turf. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. I know when I was trying to come up, that's how I got on. Like, I had to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to hit that groundwork, man. Like, there's a million battle rappers. You know what I'm saying? Have your people tap in. Like, get the word out. Like I said, submit. Once we open up the website to the artists, submit your name. It gives you the option to put the links in. That's free opportunities for the, scouts in different regions to tap in and see what you got to offer. But, and just to follow up on that, Pete, correct me if I'm wrong, their fan base has the ability to do something in regards to those artists that submit their information to kind of bring the notoriety up too, right?
Yeah, like on the website, once that goes active, like he said, you can go on the website and submit. It's going to be a bunch of fields you got to fill out, like your name, stage name, where you from, what your home league is, and then it's going to give you the option to submit three links to battles that you want a scout to see. That then will populate to another page where fans can go to the same website and they can watch the people who are submitting their footage. And they can thumbs up, I like this guy. Now the scouts can come on and they can see who the fans are gravitating towards. The scouts do not have to use the website as a tool to make picks. They can use their own judgment. They can get a phone call from Jazz or John and follow their advice, or they can go on the website. It's up to them. But that's just another tool that can be used, and it's a guaranteed place where the fact that you submitted an application will be recorded and it'll be there. But I can tell you what doesn't work is if you think I'm just going to ask them. What's probably going to be the most effective is having a resume. Okay. If you're not known at all right now, don't be surprised that you don't get picked.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay, so you can't just be fresh like, oh, this is an opportunity. I'm gonna rap on my camera and send that in, and that's good enough.
You can. It's just gonna be hard for you. Okay. There's a million other niggas who done something. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's dominating the grassroots leagues in them local areas, like I said, you don't have to have done a PG to do this. Like, it could be somebody who never been there. But at the end of the day, if you never been on URL on a PG level, you should have some type of footage to justify why you think you could even do something in this lane. You know what I'm saying? Like if all you've ever done is, backyard battle leagues in your hometown, you can't really get mad if there's somebody who maybe hit all the local leagues in the area. Maybe in the New York area, if I hit We Go Hard, and if I hit, I Battle and some of those surrounding leagues, you can't get mad if they get that notoriety over you, and you ain't really done half that. So it helps.
You ever heard the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire? Mm-hmm. It kind of applies in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a battle rapper and you smoking, if I'm a scout, a good indication where I can find fire is where I see smoke. Mm-hmm. If there's no smoke coming from that battle rapper, then I don't know why I would believe that there's going to be fire coming from him too.
Gotcha. We know New York is is like the mecca of a lot of this hip hop and battle rap and stuff like that. We know the competition is going to be high. It's even coming from all the other different regions and everything like that. as far as the recruiters, how much pressure is it on them to make sure that they get some of the best talent? You know.
You know what? I actually love the way that this is set now, because before it was me and KG, even though in Norbs as well, even though we were like the kind of like the faces of putting people on, and we're taking advice from a lot of different people. If we wanted to, we could take advice from no one and just put on who we want to put on, right? Well, which kind of made us judge, jury, and executioner. You know what I'm saying? We find the people we want to put on. We give those people that we want opportunities. We assess their abilities, and we move them up the ladder based on what we think. But now it's not like that anymore. Now, where, KG might have been, hypothetically, because we know this how not how it was working, but hypothetically, he's personally picking every battlers on the battles on the West Coast and putting them on. But what if you had an issue? Crazy. What if KG had an issue with you? You know what I'm saying? Mm. What if KG's preference of battle rap style just wasn't what you were? You know what I'm saying? Then it would decrease the likelihood of you getting an opportunity. But now, with 10 scouts, and each scout, or 11 scouts, and each scout getting to select 2 people each, look how many different palettes of taste that is. You know what I'm saying? What KG may not like, Troy Martin might. Don Nino might like something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of different people who's going to be able to give opportunities. So I like that. But the other thing I like is it's competition amongst the scouts. Because, matter of fact, KG, I'm going to let you, because KG's heading up the scouts. I'll let him talk about that, like the application process.
Yeah. Okay.
How scouts have to turn
in. So yeah, in terms of the scout process, man, like, niggas been able to get away with. See, this is the thing, man, like, and this is kind of one of the negatives of me and P and Nora's position when we was, doing PGs, was that a nigga would have the ability to tell us, like, yo, check cuz out, he crazy. And we put him on, and if homie flop, it don't really go on him because his name ain't the face of it. So the fans is still like, oh, P on some bullshit putting him on, KG on some bullshit putting him on, Nora on some bullshit putting him on. Facts. Which in reality, P is right. I don't select none of my battles. Like I might set up the matchups, but the actual people, I get feedback from, the guys who are my scouts and, a couple other guys like Yak the Ripper, KP, shout out to them niggas. But like at the end of the day, it was never my decision. So they could actually throw stones and hide their hand if something didn't go right. So one of the perks of this scouting thing now is full accountability across the board. So it's not just about the artist coming correct. Like if you a scout, you got to take that scouting serious because besides the fact that your picks are going to be made known to the public, like the people will know that you chose those 2 people. So there's some accountability on that end. So, if shit don't go right or if it looked like some type of weirdo move, they know exactly who to holler at first off. And then past that, we're actually judging this on a merit basis to where if you don't have at least 4 of your people throughout all 6 cities, which, keep in mind, that's 12 people. So 30% out of your people don't make it past the first round. After this season, you out of here. Like, we replacing you with a different scout. So, that basically just take away any of your privileges of giving any type of insight on who you think is going to be a viable star for our platform. So, it's really just about accountability across the board. You know what I'm talking about? It's really just about making sure that anybody who has a part in this process is accountable and people know if you either the person bringing this talent or you the person bringing the bullshit. And I just think like that. I think that's important because, like P said, we rarely make decisions in terms of talent. We may set the battles up. We may match them up after we check them out. But we rarely go and hit the turf because we got so many other things that we have to do. Like we both manage in our own regions. Like he got the entire East Coast basically because Smack just, Smack is the man now. Pete, the behind the scenes guy, and anybody know about the West know I'm really the behind the scenes guy over here. So we got so many things on our hat, man. We want to make sure that the people that's actually bringing talent is, they get their props. But on the same spectrum, if they ain't coming with it and they just putting people through because that's his man, then we want to make sure people know about that too.
Nah, that's real.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Think about it like this: if you were on a battlefield, right, and they gave you a machine gun. It got 12 rounds in it. It's a just a long ass clip. You know, not a clip, but a belt of bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could just randomly just shoot. It doesn't matter. You just got mad bullets. What if we gave you 12? And in order to get more bullets, you had to hit at least 4 targets. I guarantee you'd be a little bit more calculated on how you fired your weapon.
It's a fact.
Same thing with this. Now, since there's accountability for picks and people know who's picking what and how things are going, and if you want to stay on and remain a scout, you have to achieve a certain percentage, almost like a GPA.
Okay.
If somebody's reckless enough to just squander that opportunity, I mean, it's fine. But they obviously don't care about being a scout, and we'll fix that season 2. Get somebody else.
Yeah, most certainly. Because I will say, even though in terms of the West, I had Nino and Floss actually be the scouts to represent the West, I want to make sure we clear. I got 2 other guys that's just as able to do scouts, like Kevin Parks, dude who run the Riot. He was the one who brought Gotti to me. You know what I'm saying? He was the one who brought Geechee Gotti to me. It's important to know that. That's finding some motherfucking talent right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Yak has brought me, you know, countless people. Yak the Ripper. He brought me countless, you know, potential stars that's like right on that teetering level. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay the Nightwing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if somebody slipped, and I'm sure Pete got a plethora of the people who is just waiting in the wings, like, man, I probably could have had him on first if we keeping it real. So, I mean, if you're not taking it serious, that's cool, like, because we going to keep doing this. Like, this ain't over. Me and P about to be doing this until. So, we going to find the person who going to be serious about it.
Mm-hmm. I like the entertainment factor of it, you know, because of it being a show. And I just want to say to the people in the live, if you guys have any questions, we're talking about the Crucible, which is going down April 18th. So any questions you guys got for P and KG, just shoot them to us right here at the live. I like the fact that it's a show. It's something that we can really sit back. We could see who wins. We could vote out in our minds, be like, damn, why you ain't picked him? Or he's the real talent. Yeah. I like the fact that y'all doing that because it kind of gives accountability and transparency to the people about how y'all making the actual decision.
Yeah. Well, you know, funny, like you said, it is a show. And since we're talking about scouts, like once we hit all 6 cities, the job of the scouts is pretty much done. Because all they're doing is finding the people that's going to be recommended for the judges to review, right? So once we hit all 6 cities and the scouts' job is done, you know, JB, Rob, they're going to do a reunion episode with all the scouts. Sit them down in a room on a set, and now we're going to go back and review some of the highlights of the season so far for phase 1 and show, you know, when this person did really well and then this guy was terrible. Now you have to, hey, what was you thinking when you picked this person? And they're gonna have to explain that. There's gonna be some drama because it's a show. We're not gonna like orchestrate drama, but I can tell you it's guaranteed to be some. Why? Because there's only 22 picks per city, right? There's 11 scouts. Do you really think that these scouts aren't gonna get into it about who picked who first? You know, I found him. No. I found. It's gonna be some issues.
Wow.
They'll figure it out.
Wow. Oh, and you know you're dealing with battle rappers, so I know it's gonna be some type of drama. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Of course.
Exactly. That comes with it.
Good TV.
As far as now that we have our 22 contestants.